Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand Whimsical Ideas by Pam. So this is their Halloween collection for 2022. There are 7 polishes in this collection. In the description box, I will link the Whimsical site, or I will link the Whimsical Facebook page, I will link the Whimsical Instagram page, and then I will link my swatching Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. Also in the description box, I will have Pam's email. She doesn't have a traditional site that you go to and click through and order that way. The way her ordering system works and has always worked is on her Facebook page. She has a list of the polishes that are actively available, and then you shoot her an email stating which polishes you are interested in purchasing. Through that, she will invoice you, and then you pay the invoice through email and your polishes are sent. So her email is down there, a website is not. So we do have 7 polishes in today's video, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Kinda Corny, and this is a white acrylic, and it's got orange metallic and matte yellow glitter. So here's our first coat of Kinda Corny. This is pretty sheer here on this first coat. You do get a good amount of glitter though, and through each coat, since it is a sheer base, you get to see all the glitters that are in between each coat, and that's the main reason I love acrylic. I am wildly in love with this polish. I think it is beautiful. The combination is gorgeous. The glitter to base ratio is stunning. This did take me 3 coats to build up to full opacity. You are going to want top coat to hide the texture that this glitter creates because the base does dry down smaller than the glitter, and removal will require some scrubbing. This glitter does spread out easily across the nail as well. So there are 3 coats of Kinda Corny. Next up we have Happy Medium, and this is a clear base flaky topper, and it's got a golden yellow, orange, and kind of a teal green flake. So here's our first coat of Happy Medium. I am going to do 2 coats of this on its own, and then I'm going to layer 1 coat of this over like a fall red, like a kind of brick red shade. I wasn't able to get anywhere near full coverage in 2 coats with this one. If you really wanted it full coverage, you could definitely sponge it on to get maximum glitter payoff, but I just think it's probably best as a topper. So here's that 3rd coat. I do recommend going in for top coat. These larger flakes can dry with some texture, but nothing in here is going to be super difficult to remove or messy like the metallic flakes are. So this does spread out pretty well. It does take a little bit of manipulation to get everything nice and even and get it to where you want it, but I do think this is a beautiful topper for the fall. So there are 1 and 3 coats. Next up we have Rusted, and this is a terracotta orange with a gold shimmer. Here's our first coat of Rusted. This one does cover really well here on this first coat, and you can make out all of these beautiful gold bits. Absolutely stunning. The formula is excellent to work with. I got full coverage in 2 coats. It is going to dry on the dull side, so I do recommend going in for top coat. Excuse me, but nothing in here is going to dry textured, and nothing in here will be difficult to remove. I also experienced no staining. So there are 2 coats of Rusted. Next up we have Green and Barrett, and this is a neon-y kind of ectoplasm green jelly with blue glitter. Here's our first coat of Green and Barrett. This one does start out really sheer here on this first coat. It is kind of more of an, like I was saying, ectoplasm-y slime kind of feel to it, and I feel like the formula reflects that as well. This is the top pick of the collection for me. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but once it was built up in 3 coats, these blue glitters shine through this slimy base, and I think it is so Halloween and so kind of weird and funky, and it is stunning. It does take some manipulation to get these glitters to spread out evenly across the nail. I do recommend also going in with a thicker top coat. These like larger glitters can dry with some pretty intense texture, and that will help hide that, and removal does require some scrubbing, but it's not nearly as difficult as a micro glitter would be. Yep. So there are 3 coats of Green and Barrett. Next up we have Fog, and this one is a multi-chrome. It goes from a purple to blue to a green to gold at extreme angles. So here's our first coat of fog. I will say my bottle of this is not what has been released. I did go to Pam with a couple concerns about the formula on this one. So she did reformulate it. My bottle was just a little bit on the thick side, so it made it a little bit difficult to work with, and it made brushstrokes even more apparent. So I did let her know my concerns, and she has rectified that situation. But here is fog. Up next we have Tangled Web, and this one is a neon purple with black bar glitter. Here's our first coat of Tangled Web. This is another top pick of the collection for me, so if you're keeping count, we are at 3 thus far that I am wildly in love with. This does cover really well here on this first coat, not totally opaque. I did get full opacity in 2 coats. These little bar glitters that are in here, they don't dry with any texture because they are itty bitty, and they don't take any kind of extra scrubbing to remove either. I didn't have any kind of issues getting them spread out across the nail easily. I do recommend top coat for longevity. And there's 2 coats of Tangled Web. And lastly for today we have Resting Witch Face, and this is a black jelly base with a variety of black, orange, and neon like yellowy chartreuse glitter. And here's our first coat of Resting Witch Face, which I also feel is a top pick in the collection for me. I think this is the perfect base color. Black is very easy to lose your glitter in, and I think she nailed it with the opacity with these glitters still being able to shine through with each layer. So I am absolutely in love with this polish as well. It does take some manipulation to get these glitters to spread out easily and evenly across the nail, but it is definitely worth it. I got full coverage in 3 coats. It's looking more sheer here on camera than it was in person. You will want top coat to hide texture, and removal is on the more difficult side. So there are 3 coats of Resting Witch Face. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.